Right, welcome back to another video, guys. Alfie B here. If you can like, comment on the videos and click that subscribe button, let's get us up to 500 subscribers. It's now a beautiful January morning, January the 9th, and I've just come round to have a look around the lake that I'm going to campaign this year. So I thought I'd do a bit of recording from it, because you might not see overly lots of carp on this channel, unfortunately, this year, because we're going to be campaigning this lake, and this is the one I've spoke about in a couple of other videos, where there's about 14 fish in it, and it's a fair old size lake. But I think this year I'm going to concentrate on this little local park lake that I'm actually going to be fishing for the year. But I'm also going to be fishing a few times, hopefully linear, Trent view as well, so I'll record all of them. And yeah, after getting back from Christmas, the Christmas session, I've done a bit of thinking and thought, what can I do? And I think I'm going to put a campaign together for this year, and I'm going to spend most of my days off, because this lake's only 5 miles down the road, and I think I'm going to spend this year all on my days off coming down and campaigning, trying to get one of the residents out of here. So I'll show you the lake in a minute. It's a massive lake, park lake, very busy with people walking around, as you can imagine, but it's a beautiful lake. Roughly about 20 acres, a bit bigger than 20 acres, and there's around 14 fish in it. So I've got my work cut out. Now I have had one before from it, about £19, so I know they're in here. It's not really a lake that I've seen many shows on. In the year I've been walking the lake, and I've fished it a handful of times, I've seen 2 shows down near where they feed all the ducks and stuff, and that's where I caught that one. So some days I will fish down there, but there's also a few bays and stuff around the lake. So I'll stop talking now and I'll show you the lake, and yeah, I'll show you a few different spots, because there's a few little swims that you can fish, but it's an old gravel pit, like I say, just over 20 acres, probably like 24 acres, something like that. But yeah, I'll now show you the lake itself, and I'm going to go for a walk around it and show a few different swims, a few different areas, and we're going to bait up a few over the coming weeks and months in this colder weather. Just put a little tiny bit of baiting in areas, see if we can see anything basically. And then put as a plan really for in the springtime, because it's going to be hard to get one out in the spring or summer, never mind in the winter. So I think I'm still going to put a rod in the water when I'm down here, but I don't think I'm going to do a lot more walking the lake, watching the lake, looking to see for signs of fish, putting some bait in areas. Then I can start putting rods out. But I will throw singles out if I come down here for a few hours on a day off. But yeah, that's a bit of I don't know whether to spend all of my time down here or literally just my Fridays that I have off from work, but we'll see as it goes on. But yeah, less the waffling from me, and I'll show you the lake. So as promised, guys, here's the lake that we're looking at the minute. So right over there on that far side, that's the car park where you come in, and that's where they feed all the ducks. So that's where I've actually had one fish. I've been down here with a marker float, and I've actually marked out a lot of the swims that are available, and it is roughly about 14 to 16 foot deep, and then it comes up to about 9 foot, and then it comes up to shallow, as you can see. You probably can't see because I've got Polaroids on, but it comes up to the shallow there. You've got an island out in the middle of the lake, and because it's not a proper fisheries lake as say, there's not really any pegs. There's pegs that have been put out from other fishermen, but it is a really nice lake. It's a real big gravel pit, and this year I want to try and see if we can tempt one of the big girls that I think are in here out. But yeah, this is the lake itself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around, and I'll do a bit more footage of some of the other areas, and there's a little cove as well that I'm going to do a bit of recording in. But yeah, that's the lake, and that's the plan for the year. Like I say, I'm going to do a bit of Trent view, a bit of linear when I can get a chance, but most of my days off I'm going to come down here and put a little bit of time in here this year and just see if we can tempt one of these out, because they are, I've seen a couple of pictures and they are special looking fish. So yeah, no more talking, and we'll get round to some of the other spots, and I'll do a bit of filming. Right, so this is a bit further around from the spot I just stopped in. Got the wind coming in on to our face, so it's quite a cold wind as well. So if I would think if any fish are going to be anywhere, they're going to be on the back of the wind up there. But there's a lot of people, a lot of movement, a lot of dogs and stuff, so it's going to be an hard one, I think, to exactly find them, because you don't really see many shows. It's not because there's not a massive head of fish in here, they're not jumping out. I've been down here at dawn, I've been down here at dusk and not really seen much. And it was around spawning time last year where I seen a couple over in the shallow area. And yeah, I know that they're going to be near the food, the bread that people are throwing in, but I don't think they're going to be there all the time, because I've had one out of there, but I've fished it a few times since and not really had anything. But we've got to start somewhere, haven't we? So let's get some more footage of some more spots around the lake, and I'll catch you on the next bit. So here's one of the other spots, guys. Now this spot, the water's quite high at the minute just because of the rain we've had, and behind us there's a canal, and I think a lot of the carp, well, the only few carp that are in here, have came in from when the canal's flooded over the years, and they've managed to get in, because there is only a small amount of fishing, but this is a tight area. It's not so bad because I've got waders, but early on, a few months ago, you could basically walk all the way up to the edge there. And I did throw a few handfuls of boilies out that I had down in there, but with it being so flooded now, you're not going to see anything. But this is one swim that I'm going to prep up, I think. Like I say, it's really overcrowded, so I'm going to have to, if I do get one at any point, if I do see anything in here, I'm going to have my waders on and be fishing out in the water. But yeah, this is one of the other areas. As you can see, that was the island there where we were around earlier on. It takes about 25 minutes to walk around this lake, so it's a fair old size, and you can't walk the bank on every spot, so you have to pick your spots where you can fish. But yeah, that's one of the other spots that I've found. Let's walk around to one of the others. So here's one of the other areas. Now this is quite a big open area, in all fairness. This is a big area. Now I have seen a couple of people fishing this spot before. It's a big open area, and it's quite popular with people coming and sitting down. There's a park bench behind me, but it don't half look carpy when you look down that reed line. And I've seen people, well, at least one person putting bait out in that area. So you can see, and if you can see the bottom, it's perfect, sandy bottom, old gravel pit, sand and silt, spots of gravel everywhere. But it's like anything, you don't really want to start putting rods in all the time until you see fish, but because it's so hard to see fish from this lake, you have to go really where either the wildlife is, talk of wildlife, or if you see anything. And the only thing I ever seen was down at the front, which I'll do a bit when I'll get further down there, where I've had one from. But there's such a big expanse on this lake, and all we need is to see one show to give it away. So that little corner that I've just filmed in, that was just over there, and to get into it you ain't getting much kit in there because you have to go through all the bushes. But yeah, on to the next spot. This is the far corner, guys, right near the car park and where all the ducks get fed. Looks like it's one of the shallower parts of the area as well. And as I'm walking down, there is actually someone on the left of me with a bivvy up, so they've been here tonight or last night. So if there's other people fishing it, there's got to be some decent fishing, I would think. But yeah, this is the last corner, last real fishable swim that you could really get. But yeah, we'll see for the year. So here's one of the other pegs you can get in. Ooh, careful I don't fall down. So the car park is over that far side there where you come in. So we're nearly around the back end of the lake now. On the back of the wind at this spot. But there's like one more area that you could really fish, but there's too many dogs and stuff jumping in the water. And the fish, where I had the fish from, was that peg over there, and I cast it back over to where the ducks were being fed, because I heard something and that's where I had it from. But yeah, this is the lake that I'm going to be campaigning this year, so I'm going to give it at least 6 months from the sort of springtime, and then I'm going to get on, like I've said, to Trent View in Linear and get some 2-day sessions down at there. But this place you can only really fish days. There's a few people that do nights, but it's a bit of a dodgy area at night, so I don't know if I'd be down here on my own at night time. If I was with another person or two, then I wouldn't really have a problem, but it's going to be a day only water reeler, and that's when I had my other one in the day, so we'll see. But yeah, hopefully we'll get one out of here this year, and it'll be worth it if we get one, because they look, from the pictures I've seen of people having them, they look really nice fish. So yeah, so this is just a little update for the start of 2022. Again, thanks for all my subscribers, all the people leaving comments, liking the video, helping the channel grow. And let's push on to over 500 subscribers for 2022. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.